Welcome to today's deep dive into one of the most talked about corporate DEI controversies in recent years, Adidas and its diversity, equity, and inclusion struggles. Once celebrated for its progressive stance on social issues, Adidas has faced significant backlash over its handling of DEI initiatives. Internal reports, employee testimonies, and external scrutiny have painted a picture of a company struggling to align its corporate values with its workplace reality. Today, we'll break down what happened, analyze why Adidas' DEI efforts have been called into question, and discuss what businesses can learn from this case. Before we get started, I know fewer than 20% of my viewers are subscribed to the channel. It would be a great help if you subscribed. It's free, and it helps the channel grow. Subscribing is quicker than leaving a comment, but if you'd like to leave a comment and let me know what types of videos you'd like to see next, I'd love to hear what you think. Given today's video, let's hear a word from our friends at Exam Edge. Exam Edge specializes in realistic online practice tests with detailed feedback for every question. This means you're not just memorizing answers, you're actually mastering the material, which is key to acing your exam. One of their most popular categories is human resources, offering bundles of 1, 5, 10, or even 15 practice tests for certifications like the SHRM CP and PHR. Personally, I choose the 10 or 15 test bundle. You get more questions for a better rate and even bonus freebies. What sets them apart for me is the unlimited access to unique questions. With over 1,300 for the SHRM CP alone, you'll be well prepared and confident for exam day. Ready to take your prep to the next level? Visit the links in the description box below depending on which test you're studying for, and use the code SHIRLEY10 at checkout. That is SHIRLEY10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. By using my links, you'll not only save money, but also support this channel. Let me know in the comments if you've tried Exam Edge or have any questions. Happy studying! Adidas has long positioned itself as a champion of diversity, partnering with high-profile Black athletes and celebrities and making public commitments to racial and gender equity. However, cracks in this image began to show in 2020 when employees spoke out about systemic racism and discrimination within the company. Black employees at Adidas' North American headquarters in Portland revealed a toxic workplace culture that included being overlooked for promotions, experiencing microaggressions, and facing a lack of representation in leadership roles. In response to this, Adidas made sweeping promises to improve diversity efforts. The company pledged to increase Black and Latino representation, invest in DEI programs, and allocate funds to support racial justice initiatives. However, by 2023 and into 2024, evidence surfaced that Adidas was failing to uphold these commitments in meaningful ways. By 2024, Adidas employees were once again raising concerns about the company's lack of follow-through on its DEI initiatives. While Adidas had pledged to hire more diverse talent, reports indicated that internal hiring patterns remained stagnant and leadership remained overwhelmingly white. Employees described DEI efforts as performative, claiming that company leadership treated diversity efforts as a PR move rather than a deeply embedded corporate value. Additionally, Adidas' commitment to anti-racism education and employee resource groups, ERGs, appeared to have diminished. Some ERG leaders reported a lack of funding and support, making it increasingly difficult to sustain programs that had initially been promised as part of Adidas' commitment to inclusion. Employees expressed frustration that, while Adidas continued to use inclusive marketing campaigns externally, it was not making the same progress internally. One of the biggest DEI-related developments for Adidas in 2024 was its decision to scale back DEI-specific roles and initiatives, citing cost-cutting measures and shifting business priorities. This decision followed a broader trend seen across the corporate landscape, where companies began quietly reducing their DEI investments due to political pressures and economic constraints. In its 2024 annual report, Adidas indirectly signaled that its previous DEI commitments had become a financial burden, stating that efforts to implement large-scale DEI initiatives had resulted in higher-than-expected operational costs without a corresponding return on investment. This language, while subtle, was enough to spark criticism, as it suggested that the company saw DEI as an optional expense rather than a core business value. Furthermore, reports surfaced that some employees in DEI-focused roles were being reassigned or let go, reinforcing concerns that Adidas was deprioritizing diversity efforts. For a company that had made strong public commitments in 2020, these moves in 2024 were seen as a step backward, damaging employee trust and raising questions about the long-term viability of corporate DEI programs. As Adidas' DEI struggles gained media attention, the company attempted to manage the backlash by reaffirming its commitment to diversity in public statements. Adidas leadership insisted that diversity remained a key pillar of the company's mission, but many employees and activists remained skeptical. The company's internal credibility had already been eroded, making it difficult to rebuild trust. Adidas also faced challenges with consumer perception, as customers who had previously supported the brand for its progressive values began questioning its sincerity. While the company had historically aligned itself with athletes and influencers advocating for social justice, some of these partnerships came under scrutiny, as consumers demanded more than just marketing. They wanted evidence of real structural change within the company. What can HR professionals and corporate leaders learn from Adidas' DEI struggles? Here are 3 key takeaways. Number 1, diversity and inclusion must be a long-term investment, not a trend. Companies cannot treat DEI as a temporary initiative that can be scaled back when convenient. Sustainable DEI efforts require ongoing commitment and funding, even in the face of economic challenges. Second, internal diversity and inclusion efforts must match external branding. Adidas successfully marketed itself as an inclusive brand, but the disparity between public image and internal practices damaged its credibility. Authenticity in DEI means ensuring that internal culture aligns with external messaging. And finally, transparency is key to building trust. When scaling back DEI initiatives, companies must communicate openly about their decisions and the reasons behind them. Adidas' perceived lack of transparency in 2024 fueled employee dissatisfaction and public criticism. Adidas' DEI journey serves as a critical lesson in the challenges of corporate accountability. While the company made bold commitments in response to racial justice movements, its actions in 2024 suggest that maintaining DEI efforts requires more than just initial enthusiasm. It demands continuous effort and prioritization. As we move forward, the question remains, will Adidas and other corporations learn from these setbacks, or will they continue to treat DEI as a short-term public relations strategy? Let's discuss in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.